Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Proposers that the House plus people in the gallery. This house believes that education, sex education should be taught in schools. It's 100% true. According on my verdict. So I think everyone knows what is sex education. It's self-explanatory. Point number 1. Sex education promotes hygiene of students in a way that students are being taught how to maintain their hygiene, mostly girls, how to use their stuff, and other things. Second point, sex education helping marriage. When someone is able to get married, find someone has already acquired everything about sex education. So that woman or man is able to have experience with his or her husband in marriage, because he's already taught about sex education. Also, sex education helps in controlling diseases in the way that students are being taught how to control themselves from diseases. Scenario like how to use condoms. I think majority of you now you know how to use condoms, which can protect you from getting some diseases like HIV. Next point, it helps in self-control. One is able to control his or her feelings because he's being taught how to control them. That was my points for today.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so privileged, proud, serious, magnanimous, and excited to be here in front of you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to oppose the motion of today, which reads as this house believes that sex education should be taught in schools, and I don't agree because of the following views. I'll first explain the key terms here. Sex is a state of being male or female. Education, this is a process whereby knowledge, skills, attitude are passed on from one generation to another. Sex education, this is the guideline given to the young generation or youth by elders on matters concerning sex. My first view, deflation of culture. Sex education in schools involves talking about sex organs, and other roles of sex, which are not allowed to be mentioned in public. That's why in African traditional societies we have bush schools whereby sex is talked about by elders with the young ones in privacy, but here at school it will be public, and that's why sex organs are not allowed to be mentioned in public, and they are given some names like Akasolo in Uganda. The second point, sex education is a responsibility of parents, not the school. That's why we have uncles for boys, aunts for girls, and when it is taught in school, it will become a burden. School should not be taught in schools. The third point, it promotes promiscuity and prostitution. Promiscuity is a sex deviation whereby a person has sex with more people in a short range of time. About prostitution is having sex for money. Here, sex education will promote promiscuity in this way. Because through sex education, learners or students will be taught about schools, will be taught about sex, and in that process, they will end up practicing what they learn. Another point. It lures students to sex. For example, during sex education, for example, in classes, when teachers are conducting that education about sex, some students will get sexual excitement and they may end up practicing sex. That's why I don't agree with it. Because keep going. Thank you. For this opportunity which you have granted to me. South believes that sex education should be taught in schools. According to my points, it's correct. Let me first start by explaining the notion. Sex is a state of being a male or a female. Education. This is the giving out of some knowledge about something. My first point. Sex education creates or helps to provide students with self-defense. Now, for example, the side of the girls. If you are told how to handle your private parts, you are better than a student who has not taught, the one who is in village, he will now, like if you are in the period of the girls' period, you are able to, you will be able to finish all to get all the acquired equipment, and you clean your soul.
I will start by correcting my recurrent speaker. Honorable Saturday is saying that sex education should be taught in homes by parents. Yes, it's right according to African tradition. Because, on my view, according to the present situation, parents these days tend to be more busy at work. They don't usually get time for having talks with their children. So, sir, your point is somehow not correct. I'll add on by formal and distant relationships. According to the present situation, parents and their children tend to be in distant places. Like they send their children at school, and for them they remain at home. So how are they going to get that time for like talking about sex with their children? So sex education should be taught in schools. Inferiority complex. There is a problem with some parents who have children who are studying in big schools, which even their parents did not study in, and the parents themselves are feeling shy to talk about the students or their children who are studying in those big schools. They think that at school they get enough information about sex, and they also fear to talk about it with their children. So it should be taught in schools. Impatience. According to the present situation, children are growing at a faster rate. Believe it or not, and most teenagers prefer to move into the knowledge of sex at a faster rate. So if their parents think that they are still young to be taught about sex, the teachers can do that alone and teach them about sex, so that to avoid the dangers of abusing sex. Thank you, Chairperson, Judge, Secretary, and the House at large.
Sex education should be taught in schools because it helps the students to secure themselves against peer pressure, which develops a wrong attitude that everybody's doing it, let's do it. My second view. It should be taught in schools because it makes students of opposite sex to feel free when they live together in environment in the school. My third view. Sex education should be taught in schools because it creates happiness among boys and girls when they chat freely in the environment of the school. Similar story.
Point of information.
Is the current speaker reading news or what?
Wait, I can bring myself. I was saying, if you are in the room, you have to maintain your attention. Listen to the thing that I'm pointing out. So,
You don't have to do it. You have to give the point and you have to explain the point.
To which teenagers,
yes.
some of you are fond of masturbating yourselves. I've not yet explained and you are talking. Look at me. I've not yet explained, my dears. Let me first educate you. Give you the opportunity to stand up and talk to me. Because now I'm one owner. You listen, yeah? Listen. You see, when you are being taught about sex education, some of us, like the way I told you, have feelings, yeah? Maybe for you, someone just explained to you what masturbation is, but for me, this is the way, when I'm being taught about, you see, let me hope that you, when you reach A level, you do develop it. I'm still explaining, and I thought you don't talk when I'm not yet given it. This is the way, when you are being taught about sex, some sex, that's when I'm a teacher, I'm here teaching about sex, you can easily masturbate yourself from there where I was teaching, and you release,
Now, you mean the school they teach people how to masturbate?
No.
Second, you first meet down. You mean those people, if you are not talking about sex, what those people will show a man, you can become impotent. I mean, can you become impotent?
No, you can. When it's not in class, you can easily go there to the toilet and masturbate. You can easily think about your girlfriend.
Revise your point.
No, my dear.
Those are my foreign views. My first view is prevention of homosexuality. For sure. When you guys are being taught about sex in schools, they tell you that you have to have sex with opposite sex, not even fair women, no? Fair women. Got it. My second view is employment as opportunities. Because like we have a teacher here at school, I want to mention that name, but he was being taught about sex education, then right now he's practicing it and he's doing it. He's trying it to be a job. Those are my views.
A stage and experience in future.
point of education.
Point of education to you, Mr. Chief.
I would like to educate the African speaker. Fornication. Do you know the meaning of the word fornication?
Yes.
Fornication is a sex deviation whereby people who are not yet married get involved in sex.
Fornication means where someone jumps a state and experiences it. When someone is being talked about that, is able to go and carry out practicals, that's preventing fornication.
No. And the use of condoms, and this, they have consequences. They have a lot of negative consequences.
I propose the motion. Reason being, in sex education, I believe that sex education should be introduced. Reason being, students to their fellow opposite men should not feel shy. To talk about something, and in sex education schools, teachers are really open to the students. Those are my views.
Because African traditional society. Do you know copying culture is very bad? It's a white thing. We are Africans. Sex is not allowed to be talked in public. That's why we give names to the sex organs, like Akaso. We don't mention it.
It promotes morality, child neglect, inadequate knowledge, inferiority complex, formal and distant relationships, impatience, experience, controlling diseases, self-control, faithful, entertainment, self-employment, and confidence.
I believe you are fine for the debate, but it was an embarrassing, simply because there was no order. In a debate, you are supposed to have order. And like a judge, there is one thing I identified with you: you lacked command in the house. When you are the judge and you have not given somebody the chance to talk, why should that person continue talking? That one will lead to even exchange of blows in the house. I saw some people there when they were trying to exchange bitter words. That one is the failure of the judge to put order. Put order, use the chief whip to even push other people out so that there is order. There are some mistakes which you people were making, where you have to know that when you have a debate, no one think that a debate I'm going to face the opponent. Get prepared for the debate, because when you don't get prepared for the debate, the opponent will challenge you. You even fear the point of information because you are not prepared. But when you are prepared and somebody is raising up the hand, you even welcome the point of information because you are going to challenge the person. You made research. You know what you are going to talk about. That is getting prepared for the debate. Don't wake up in the morning and you say I'm going to debate. Then the first person on the floor made me really feel embarrassed with the debate. At the start, I became a biased person at the start of the debate. Why? The person comes and says, everybody knows what sex education means. That one is automatically showing that the person does not know. So what you know is what he knows. What you don't know, he doesn't know. So for any debate, make sure that you make people know what you are talking about. Make people know. In a simpler term, that one makes people have a follow. Then others did not know the definition of sex education. Others did not know the definition of sex. Others considered sex to be what it is not, the definition we wanted. You define sex that this is where you're identifying male and female. Is that one connected to sex education? It can't be connected. So you did not come up with a correct definition for sex according to the motion. Because I talk about sex education, that means the sex, go back and sit. The sex you are talking about is where male and female have intercourse. But you are saying it is identifying male and female. That one is not the issue, which means you did not make research to know what is needed. When you are talking about sex education, they teach people sex values. So that now, when you know what you are talking about, now it becomes easier for you to begin debating. You know sex education is teaching people sex values. How can you fail now to know what you are going to talk about? So I encourage you, whenever there is a debate, make sure you make research so that when you come here, you have the confidence. Whoever is challenging you, you are very confident because you took the time to inquire what you are going to present. Then I would like to caution you about exhausting what you have in your mind. That is why they make you a main speaker. Show that you can exhaust everything. Not again say, again I have got this one, I'm coming back. That one is making you lose marks. It is making people become bored with you. Prepare yourself. Say I have 15 points to raise. Come and raise them at once. So that even when you are there, as people are challenging, you say, this one was even in my points. I don't even talk about it. That one will help even the judge to know this one is a repetition, this one is what, because already you have organized yourself. Don't fear debating. Debating is normal. And when you make it part of you, that is when it will run in your body. And nobody will challenge you. Even when you're on the wrong, you will challenge somebody when you are standing and the other person is hiding somewhere there. Because you have the confidence. Develop that.